Today on Tokyo Portfolio, we are not in Tokyo, we are in Hiroshima, right in front of the world-famous Hatsukaichi shrine torii gates that are the ones that are kind of on the middle of the ocean. In fact, I am standing on what will be completely flooded in a few hours. Now, today we are here to show you what you can get on Miyajima, the island that is known for this. There is almost nothing that comes up for sale on this island ever, and today we have a very special property to show you. So let's go see the property, and also what's on the island.
Just a short ferry's ride away from mainland Hiroshima, Miyajima, literally meaning Shrine Island, is home not only to the UNESCO-designated Itsukushima Shrine, but also a vast labyrinth of narrow hilly streets dotted by traditional shops selling the local specialty of rice paddles, one of which I may or may not have brought back with me. The local snack is Momiji-manju, a maple leaf-shaped cake with red bean paste, custard, or chocolate cream inside, made fresh on the island. It's also known for its local population of friendly yet sacred deer, who, while being a favorite of tourists, sometimes can get in the way of things for locals. But don't worry, he's fine. The entirety of this island is technically considered a sacred space, and in the past, both being born and dying on the islands was forbidden. That's no longer the case, but it goes to show just how special of an island this is in Japanese culture. With that, let's go see the most sacred property on my channel.
And now we are inside. In older places like this one, which just happens to be over 100 years old, by the way, you have this, a doma, which is made out of concrete. In this case, it has some nice little ornamental stones in it. And since you have all this space, you actually have a little area where you can sit down. Okay, now getting our shoes off, we're gonna come right into the first area of this house, which is here, the little lounge area. So the entire living space of this house has a tatami-like floor material on it. This is not real tatami, thankfully, because if it was real tatami, it would be a lot to deal with, right? So these are a bit more water resistant. They don't smell at all. They're not going to get moldy. So that's really nice to have. But as you can see in this living room area, it's great up here. So while you may have some houses around you, you are still on top of the hill, as I was saying. So you have a great view, especially if you're sitting down, right? And I keep on having to crouch a little bit because these beams right here are a bit on the low side. It's just how they built things way back when in Japan. But you get to step out here to what's called the engawa. An engawa is basically an indoor porch, right? It's this kind of walkway that is in between where they would have the tatami mats and then also the window right here. This is where you would normally put a chair, kind of like to have a little lounge space or something like that. And way back when, this is also where they would smoke. So they would just stand here with their cigarette and then have the windows open. But speaking of the windows, since this has been fully renovated, these are not the original windows. These are going to be newer windows, so it's a bit better for the cold. So what I really like about this room is just how much of a view you have. You have two corners right over here, just floor-to-ceiling windows, so that you can see the entire area all below you. You kind of feel like a king in a castle being on top of the hill like this. But while we're over here, you can also see this, which is, as you can probably tell, a little pet bed thing, right? It is pretty surprising to see this in a nice house like this. There is a good reason. So this house right now is being run as a hotel, and it is one of the few hotels in Japan where they actually allow you to bring your dog here, as you can see. And more on that hotel thing, right? This place is ready to go if you wanted to just have it be a hotel or have it be a place where you can stay when you come over to Japan, and then for the rest of the year, just rent it out as a hotel, right? So you have a little bit of option there. So at the end of the day, you might actually make some money off of this place too. But I just love how this room looks. Coming back to it, you have this right here, this chandelier piece. I love wooden chandeliers like this. It's a very old school Japanese vibe to it, right? And also over here in what normally would be the tokonoma, they've actually decided to divide it in half. A tokonoma is an area which will have usually just a little elevated part like this, and then somewhere that you can hang a scroll or some kind of painting or something like that. In this case, you can see they put this artwork over here, and then also put flowers in the front. They're not flowers, but leaves, right? Now, over here, though, they decided to make it into a little extra storage. So this is, if you were to use this as a tea room, like it originally was way back when, where you would store all of your tea equipment, right? So all of your teapots, and not teapots, but little teacups and whisks and all those little things that you would put the actual tea leaves in. That's it for this room, so let's go see the kitchen. So here's where the kitchen is. It's connected to the living room. We'll get there in a second. First off, I just love how they have this little teapot, this little kettle just, you know, stringed down from the ceiling like that. Really nice little design. It's not like it'll heat it up or anything, but this bowl right here looks cool at least. And also this is where they put all of the yukata, so basically the pajamas that you would wear if you were to stay here. So a really nice little piece. And all of the furniture, by the way, comes with this if you were to buy it. But another thing that comes with this if you were to stay here is basically all of the liquor that you see. So you have this wine cellar and you can drink anything you want in here as long as you're staying here. So nice little thing. Plus you also have a little Amazon Home, whose name I'm not going to say because it'll probably start talking back to me. Here you have your custom-made table, right? So this was made just for this house. It is made out of mortar, so that is really cool. And also you have your kitchen over here. Not really something that you need to worry about so much because Japan does have so many good restaurants, but it's always nice to have a kitchen, right? This one is a 3-burner gas stove, as you can see, and hey, it does the job. But let's go see another connecting room that has a little more to it. So this used to be its own room, and they decided to open it up, as you can see. This is where the door would have been, right behind the camera. And now it's still a bedroom in one way or another, but it's kind of a multi-purpose thing. So if you didn't want to have beds here, you could make this into maybe a second living room or something. But what I like about this is not only are you getting the natural light coming in from the outside over here, but also this window right over here that leads to a little courtyard with a tree in it. And actually you can see the master bedroom over there, which we'll get to in a second. But that is pretty much it for this part of the house. So let's go see the other wing. So coming into the second wing of the house, you stumble right across the bathroom. And there is only one bathroom in this house, but it is a very cool bathroom. So first off, I want to show you this door. I think it's original. It does have some cherry blossom wood on it, so that's really cool. And it has this right here, which is your door handle. But it's a bit different than most door handles in Japan in that, you know, or in the world, I should say, in that you actually have to keep it open or keep it closed like this yourself. It kind of feels like a lock. However, there is a separate lock on the inside that you use to actually keep it locked so you can't open it from the outside. Don't worry about that. But yeah, coming into here, you can see they've redone this area very tastefully. You have this kind of stonework on the side. You have your very new and very well-equipped Japanese toilet right over there. And also the sink over here with the wooden countertops, as well as this porcelain bowl used as your wash basin. Really nice to have. A little bit of Aesop over there just for good measure. But let's go see the bath, which is right next to it actually. So this is the kind of old school way of doing it in Japan, where you have your bathroom over there, which is a wet room. We'll get to that in a second, but this is your changing room, right? And you do only have one sink over here. It's easy to add another one though, but it has a very nice Japanese kind of vibe to it, right? So it almost feels like you're staying in your own little ryokan, and technically you are, because I said it has a hotel license. In Japan, a hotel license is actually the same as a ryokan license. So you have your own ryokan here. Really nice to have, right? But you take off your clothes over here, you get your towels ready, and you come right over here into the bath itself. So coming into this is a more or less traditional Japanese style bath, which I really like. And you have all of this tile work on the ground. It's real tile, unlike the plastic that you mostly find in Japan. And also you have these really high ceilings. Normally in a Japanese house like this, these would be the beams that have the ceiling running below it. But in some cases, like in this one, they decided to just open it all up so you have all the way up to the roof. Just it makes it feel a lot larger than it actually is. But it is a pretty large bath area to begin with. First off, what you do in a Japanese bath, of course, is you take your shower right there, wash yourself off, and then you climb right into the bath. And this one is a completely custom-made bath. Oh yeah, It's big, it's deep, it's like you would find in an onsen, like one of those hot spring ryokan, you know, Japanese inn kind of places. And from here, you can actually see, you have a really nice view outside of a screen. This place has a projector outside that you can watch your favorite movies or TV shows or whatever you would like to watch from the bath. And you have the sounds coming right into the bathroom, which is nice. And yeah, oh yeah, really comfortable bath. But you also have some windows over here. Let's go see what's behind them. Oh, the next room we're gonna go see. This is the last room of the house, and it's the master bedroom, or only bedroom, I should say. And I love how it looks, right? It has this very Japanese feel to it, with a tinge of modernness in it as well, including with this chandelier up here, and the painting in the backdrop as well. Just like the living room over there, you could also see that we have this very large panoramic view, just floor-to-ceiling windows all over the place. But unlike in the living room, they actually decided to keep the original windows in here, just to show how good the original woodwork was. This is really, really well done. And also, I love Japanese old locks. These are the ones that you just have to keep on turning and turning and turning and turning. It's basically just a screw, and at some point, once it's done and ready to move, it'll just flop over just like that, right? And from here, you can actually see the really nice patio that they have out here. Those little rails up there to put up a tarp if it's a bit on the sunnier side, or even if it's rainy like this today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go out there because I don't want to get my socks wet. But this is the perfect place to sit down and talk about this house a bit more. So this house is over 100 years old. We don't even know exactly how old it is because the records aren't around anymore. And it's located on a really high point in the best part of Miyajima, one of Japan's most popular areas to travel to. This place is unlike anything we've ever shown on Tokyo Portfolio in that it's not something that you can just buy with money usually, right? This island never has properties come up for sale. I mean, never. The last time that something changed hands on this island was more than 5 years ago. That is how hard it is to find properties on here. And also, everything is so small in general, but you have one of the nicest plots and one of the nicest houses on one of those plots on the entire island. This place can be yours right now for $3 million. Yes, $3 million. It is a lot of money, I understand. But I'll say it again, this island never has places come up for sale, and that's why this place is so expensive, unfortunately. Now, if you want to stay here, I'm going to leave a link to the hotel's website in the description below, so please go check that out. Also, be sure to subscribe to Tokyo Portfolio, and until next time, thanks for watching.